Time now for the joint chiropractic adjustment of the game. And boy, oh boy, is this ever an adjustment. Maybe the adjustment of the year. Avante Williams goes over the top of a Georgia Tech wide receiver for his first interception as a Miami Hurricane. Avante Williams with a spectacular play changes the tenor of the game. Barishnikov, a midair acrobat. Avante Williams gets the turnover chain, and that is our joint chiropractic adjustment of the game. And welcome back to the Manny Diaz Show. Joe Zagacki, Don Bailey Jr., and our sideline reporter and podcaster, Josh Darrow.
Hello, gentlemen.
All right, it's Miami and Florida State week. We all love this week because of Miami and Florida State. We all have great stories about this, but the only one that played in this matchup is you. So let's take it from your perspective first. Miami and Florida State, what does it mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, this is what the deal is all about, I think, every single year. For many years, Miami played Florida and Florida State, and every former player who ever played the game, no matter how old they are, will give you their record of each of those games. And Florida State game, since we're focusing on that one, if it was me 40 years ago or somebody 60 years ago or somebody 3 years ago, they know what the record is. And it's an important game. But the thing that gets me is that there is a mutual respect between Miami and Florida State. Those 60 minutes of football, everybody wants to kill everybody's season and have the best game of their life and be a part of that history of that game. But when it's over, everybody respects themselves and they have that one common goal, and that's to beat the University of Florida.
I love everything about it. The smoke, the chant, the great battles that Miami and Florida State have had, from Jim Burt deflecting the ball in the goal line, the Orange Bowl, to
10-9 game.
10-9 game, to Darrell Langham, 27 magical yards, to a little bit to the right.
And one
a little bit to the left. So all of that stuff, and of course, it means bragging rights for 365 days. And then, you mentioned Florida, how they figure into it. I'll never forget, in 1991, Wide Right won, 12 o'clock game, beautiful day in Tallahassee. We're getting ready to go, number one against number two. And the great former sports information director for Florida State University, Wayne Hogan, comes in and he says, "Hey boys, how about this? It's Miami and Florida State 1-2. And the Gators, they're playing Kentucky."
I would say for someone who did not play, all 5'10" and 165 pounds of me, that did not play in this series, this is a remember when matchup. Oh, yeah. You know exactly where you were.
It's a good way to look at it.
That's the only way I can do it, right? So you remember what games you attended growing up, especially if you're from the city as a fan, as a kid. You remember the games you were at. For a broadcaster, we know all the moments. I remember sitting in the booth, I think it was wide left, and Josie was very specific. We all had to help make sure we got the call right, because he didn't want to mess it up, and he nailed it beautifully as always. I remember Don being on the field in 2000 and talking about how the laser focus of Ken Dorsey before they go on for the final drive, being on the field for Darrell Langham's touchdown catch in Tallahassee, and there's really nothing sweeter than beating Florida State in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And going back into that locker room and celebrating and taking that bus ride back to the airport and going home. So look, the sport of college football has got distorted a little bit. We've had some of those conversations, but this is really what makes the sport it's what brings it together. It's why it's so different than everything else, is because when you get matchups and rivalries and traditions like this that you can count on every single year, and what really makes the sport beautiful.
Well,
go ahead.
We had Frank Gore in overtime with a touchdown in the Orange Bowl. That was a huge
Remember
one.
Diedrich Epps? Wasn't it Diedrich Epps?
Yeah, down there.
That's the one that everyone remembers.
Right, corner of the end zone. There have been so many great Miami, Florida State games and circumstances. Florida State came in here number one in '88. They had their song for the season, and Miami beat them 31-0.
They didn't like that song. Deion Sanders and the rap.
Danny Cannell was intercepted a couple times in the Orange Bowl. James Stewart ran crazy. But this game, now, we have some new guys emerging. Tyler Van Dyke, he's going to be center stage. He's going to get the chop for the first time. And you know that all week long, Florida State's defensive coaches are trying to figure out how they're going to stop the big arm of Tyler Van Dyke.
Oh, that's the challenge. But it's going to be 60 minutes, and it's going to be a big day for Tyler Van Dyke. This will be, I think, really his toughest game as far as atmosphere goes. At North Carolina, it was a little subdued. It got a little tough, but he's been the hometown guy a couple times. But he's going to go up there, and he'll start hearing that chop, and hearing it, and hearing it, and hearing it.
That's the great thing about it. It never stops, dude.
No.
It never stops. But I think for him, right, he's got to be energized. I think now that he has, 4 or 5 games under his belt, he's so much better equipped to handle it. I think it should be fun, right? It should be fun for him. He said it. This is what you come to Miami. It is what you come to Miami for. You come to Miami to play in this game, and for him to go up there and lead your team to another win. I think having North Carolina and Pitt under his belt it's really gonna boost him, because it may not be exact, but I think it certainly will help.
He can look back a couple years ago. Malik Rozier came out on the field at the moment of truth, and he started waving to the crowd. He wanted to chant louder. That was pretty funny. He did back it up. Okay, this game usually, no matter the circumstances, no matter the year, gets decided by who runs the ball.
There's no doubt about that. And you go back from the beginning of time. I would say for Florida State, it was Coach Bowden's first year, and for Miami, it was Coach Schnellenberger's first year, which the first matchup between those two guys was 79. And you go back and you look at the number, and it's the rush yards, and it's never been for Miami. It's never been easy. Now, Dalvin Cook for Florida State had some games here where he was very, very productive, but normally it's the true game of inches. It's a 2-yard game. You're taking 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards. You're happy with that, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out this week.
I agree. I think the other thing, too, would be the turnover.
Oh, yeah.
Right, you always remember those big plays. In a game where yards are hard to come by or points are hard to come by, break the turnover chain out a few times. That'll be kind of nice. We talk about memories. I remember Sean Taylor's game there.
The rain game.
The 3 interceptions. He almost put himself in the Heisman conversation. I mean, that's one of the best defensive games you've seen from anybody on that stage. So if someone can break out the chain, that would be special as well. And I think Miami's run game has really come along here behind a continuous group of 5 with Jalen Knighton running behind him.
Hurricanes' young defense is getting better a little bit at a time. Now number 6 against the run in the ACC, 135 yards a game. We will continue on the show right after this.
With UHealth Virtual Clinics, you can see our experts in every specialty wherever you are.
University of Miami health system providers are available here for all your healthcare needs.
All you need is a phone or tablet to schedule a virtual visit with us.
See a UHealth provider virtually today or at a time that's convenient for you.
Visit umiamihealth.org/virtual clinics or call 305-243-4000.
Thanks, Road Warrior.
So long, happy little blue car.
No matter what you call your car,
goodbye, speed demon,
or why you're letting it go, AutoNation will buy it, and you don't have to buy one from us. We're paying top dollar right now. So go to AutoNation.com or come see us for a super easy appraisal. Get paid on the spot, and you can deposit it the same day. Visit any AutoNation store or AutoNation.com. What drives you drives us.